The shocking truth. I spent over $300 on educational baby toys that a pediatric researcher told me were actually making my daughter's development slower. And if you have any of these 7 toys in your home right now, they might be doing the same thing to your child. Stay with me because number 5 is in almost every nursery, and it's the worst offender. Credibility and relatability. Hey, I'm Sarah, a certified child development specialist and mom of 2. 3 years ago, I was just like you, walking through toy aisles, overwhelmed by flashy boxes promising to make my baby smarter, faster, more advanced. I bought them all. But when my daughter turned 18 months and wasn't hitting her speech milestones, her pediatrician asked me one question that changed everything. What toys does she play with? That conversation led me down a research rabbit hole, and what I discovered shocked me. The billion-dollar baby toy industry has been selling us products that sound amazing but actually work against how babies' brains naturally develop. Let me know in the comments, how much have you spent on baby toys in the last year? No judgment. We've all been there. Myth number 1. Electronic learning tablets. The problem. First up, electronic learning tablets designed for babies under 2. You've seen them. They light up, play songs, teach ABCs. They're marketed as giving your baby a head start on learning. Here's the truth. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends 0 screen time for babies under 18 months except video chatting. The science. A 2019 study in JAMA Pediatrics found that for every 30 minutes of screen-based toy use, babies showed a 49% increased risk of expressive speech delays. Why? Because babies learn language through back-and-forth interaction, what researchers call serve and return. When a baby babbles at you and you respond, their brain forms neural connections. A tablet doesn't respond naturally. It's a one-way street. The solution. Instead, use simple board books and real conversation. Narrate your day. Mommy's making lunch. See the red tomato. This kind of interaction builds thousands more neural connections than any electronic toy ever could. Myth number 2. Infant walkers. The problem. Number 2. Infant walkers. These seem harmless, even helpful. My mother-in-law insisted we needed one. But here's what I learned. Canada banned them in 2004. Why? Because they're dangerous and they delay motor development. The science. The Journal of Developmental and Behavioral Pediatrics published research showing babies who use walkers sit, crawl, and walk later than babies who don't. Dr. Alan Green, pediatrician and author, explains it this way. Walkers give babies mobility before they're developmentally ready, which actually prevents them from learning the natural progression of movement skills. Plus, walkers cause over 9,000 hospital visits per year in the U.S. alone from falls downstairs, burns, and poisoning from reaching higher surfaces. The solution. Skip them entirely. Use a simple play mat on the floor. Tummy time and free movement teach babies to roll, crawl, and eventually walk using their own muscle development. That's how nature designed it. Comment below. Did you use a walker with your baby? What was your experience? Myth number 3. Toys with automatic features. The problem. Number 3. Toys that do everything automatically. These are the cars that drive themselves, the animals that walk and talk on their own, the robots that move when you press a button. The science. Child development expert Dr. Susan Lin from Harvard Medical School has been sounding the alarm on these for years. She says, the more a toy does, the less a child has to do. And here's the critical part. Babies build cognitive skills through cause and effect learning. When they push something and it moves, their brain creates a neural pathway for problem solving. But when a toy moves by itself, the baby becomes a passive observer. A 2018 Northern Arizona University study found that electronic toys led to decreased quantity and quality of language between parents and babies compared to traditional toys. The solution. Choose toys your baby has to actively manipulate. Stacking blocks, simple push cars, balls. My daughter learned more from a $3 set of wooden blocks than from a $50 electronic learning station. Myth number 4. Character-branded everything. The problem. Number 4 might surprise you. Toys based on TV or movie characters. I'm talking about the entire nursery themed around one franchise: the mobile, the books, the stuffed animals, everything. The science. Research from the University of Virginia found that children engage in more creative play with generic toys than with character-based toys.
Why?
Because character toys come with a predetermined story. A regular stuffed bear can be anything in your child's imagination: a doctor, a chef, a pilot. But a specific cartoon character? Kids feel constrained to act out scenes they've seen on screen. Dr. Jenny Radesky, developmental pediatrician, explains, open-ended play is where the cognitive magic happens. That's when babies and toddlers learn to create their own narratives, solve problems, and develop executive function skills. The solution: choose plain or generic toys, simple dolls, animal figures without branding, basic stuffed animals. Let your child's imagination fill in the story. Myth number 5. Jumpers and bouncers, the worst offender. The problem. Number 5 is the big one I mentioned at the start, and it's in so many homes: doorway jumpers and stationary bouncers. These seem perfect. Baby's happy, entertained, and you get a break. But physical therapists are begging parents to stop using them. The science. The American Academy of Pediatrics discourages prolonged use because they keep babies in an unnatural position. Pediatric physical therapist Rebecca Talmud explains, jumpers keep babies on their tiptoes, which can lead to tight calf muscles and an abnormal walking pattern later. Plus, they skip crucial developmental stages like crawling. A study in child development found that babies who spent time in containers, bouncers, jumpers, seats for more than 3 hours daily showed delayed motor skills. 3 hours sounds like a lot, but 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, it adds up fast. The solution: limit container time to 15 to 20 minutes max per day. Instead, lots of supervised floor time. Yes, it's more work for you, but those early months of free movement create the foundation for all future physical skills. Be honest in the comments. How long is your baby in containers each day? Remember, no judgment. We're all learning together. Myth number 6. Light up toys with overstimulation. The problem. Number 6. Toys with excessive lights and sounds. If it flashes 5 colors and plays 10 songs simultaneously, it's too much. The science. Dr. Laura Phillips, developmental optometrist, warns that rapid flashing lights can be overstimulating for developing visual systems. Babies need calm, focused attention to learn. Research in infant behavior and development shows that babies exposed to overstimulating toys showed increased cortisol, stress hormone levels, and decreased attention spans. Babies under 1 year are still learning to regulate their sensory systems. Bombarding them with stimulation doesn't make them smarter, it makes them stressed. The solution: choose toys with simple designs, 1 or 2 colors, maybe gentle sounds. Wooden toys, cloth books, rattles. Boring to us? Perfect for baby brains. Myth number 7. Shape sorters, used too early. The problem. Number 7 is tricky because shape sorters themselves are great, but only at the right age. Marketing them to 6-month-olds sets babies up for frustration and learned helplessness. The science. Developmental psychologist Dr. Allison Gopnik explains that babies develop spatial reasoning in stages. Most babies can't successfully match shapes until 15 to 18 months. Giving them this toy too early means they experience repeated failure, which research shows can decrease motivation and increase avoidance of challenging tasks later. The solution: save shape sorters for 15+ months. For younger babies, use stacking rings, nesting cups, or simple drop boxes where anything fits through the hole. Success builds confidence. The real story. What actually works. Here's what I wish someone had told me 3 years ago. The best toys for baby development are shockingly simple. Wooden blocks, balls, cloth dolls, stacking cups. Things your grandmother would recognize. After I cleared out the electronic toys, my daughter's language exploded. Within 2 months, she went from 10 words to over 50.
Why?
Because without the noise and lights, she started babbling to me more, and I responded. That serve and return I mentioned earlier? It finally had space to happen. The toy industry wants you to believe you need to buy intelligence. But babies are born learning machines. They just need the right environment, and that environment is low-tech, high-interaction. Recap and action steps. Let's recap the 7 toys to avoid. 1. Electronic learning tablets. 2. Infant walkers. 3. Auto-moving toys. 4. Character-branded everything. 5. Jumpers and bouncers. Limit heavily. 6. Overstimulating light-up toys. 7. Shape sorters used too early. Here's your action plan. Go through your toy collection this week. If a toy requires batteries, ask yourself, is my baby actively learning or passively watching? If it's passive, donate it. If this video changed how you think about baby toys, hit that like button so more parents can see this information. Subscribe and turn on notifications because next week, I'm sharing the exact toys I recommend instead, sorted by age and developmental stage. Most importantly, comment below. Which of these 7 toys do you have? Which one are you getting rid of first? Or if you've already made the switch to simpler toys, tell us what changes you noticed. Your experience could help another parent. And if you found this helpful, share it with one friend who's expecting or has a baby. We're all in this parenting journey together. Warm clothes. Remember, you're not a bad parent if you have these toys. I had them all. What matters is what we do with new information. Your baby doesn't need expensive toys. They need you, your voice, and simple objects to explore. You're already enough. I'll see you tomorrow with those toy recommendations. Until then, enjoy those simple, beautiful moments with your little one.